Yes, the boys really they bleed of liver.
He's not saying he's not looking out for the guy gets CV say do Manchester City training. No, Ebanyane will go where? Can it happen? Yes. You'll be seeing more of those goals at the Mundial.
Okay, let's hope for that.
So look, we are going to shock the world. Telling you.
Yeah, you are speaking as a Ghanaian, right?
As a passionate believer of the Ghana Black Stars.
Brazil decided not to score again.
No, Brazil couldn't score again.
They decided not to score.
Brazil couldn't score again.
What a professional foul.
He's an experienced player.
That's what I'm talking about.
One greetings to you wherever you are. Welcome to V.Ar Sports Extra, where Sports Digest is our priority. Relax, sit back whilst we blow your mind.
For Manchester City. One man's missile coming up with that kind of finish. Easy. BA 3-point history. Max smiling. Oh!
As always, I'm your host, Grandmaster, and today with me are men who live and breathe sports. Make you no worry, I come introduce them to you, make you see who I have here. I have Mr. Kamaldeen Obuade, a passionate believer in the Ghana Black Stars.
True.
How are you, boys?
True. I'm fantastic, and it's great to be on the show.
I am very, very honored to have you here today, boss.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Jerry Mensah, a football enthusiast. How are you, sir?
Oh, I'm good. Thank you.
Charlie, I see my panelists today make my eye get. Because today, me I know say wonders, they can't happen for your mind inside. This be the 8th wonder, where they come digest for football inside, make you understand. Make you no worry. Make we go straight to my first topic today, because today, the world of sports, they make my mind a buzz. So, GFA forced to put the Ghana Premiership on hold. I don't know if they want to hear. It be news way, then it travel around the whole internet, it buzz on Twitter, every single place I go turn. And the people, they call my attention to the fact say, the Ghana League no go on over the weekend, where personally, I feel say it no be nice. As all the leagues come in play, where the Ghana League already wanna following the audience, it they low already. The patronage, everything. And I feel disappointed in the fact that we have new sponsorship on board, Empower. Then just come on board, the league starts 2-3 matches into the season, then court injunction and put the league on hold. How you feel about that, Mr. Kamaldeen Obuade?
You know, when the court puts an injunction, it's a legal construct. They have to obey it. So whatever the issues are, they have to be resolved. After they are resolved, then the league can reopen. But whatever the issues are, we have to wait for the court to make a final decision before anything else. There's nothing we can do until the court resolves the issue. All the issues are resolved. Then we can put GFA. We can put the Ghana Premier League back to track. I mean, we have to wait and listen to the issues and then hope that it will spark very soon so that soccer lovers will get back to the train.
Most definitely. Mr. Jerry, what's your take on that too?
Well, I think it's not healthy for Ghana football, okay? Because if the league goes on break, what are our players going to do? Because we are preparing for World Cup, and then people are pushing for local players to be included in the Black Star, and they are not going to be active for some time. So it's not healthy. And then we are preparing for I think the CHAN. We are preparing for the CHAN, which is early
January.
Yeah. So. And some of our clubs also, I think our House of Oak is in Africa.
Of course.
They are not engaging in any competitive match. It's not going to help.
That's more or less like they are using the Premiership as a source of pre-season now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is.
But then moving forward, don't you think there's something that has to be done about this thing? Because over the years back, if you take your mind go back, you say every single time the league will start some court injunctions. I did quite remember Kim Pfizer the other season, Olympics the other season too. So I don't know. We have to learn because this whole football thing it starts from somewhere. Yeah. I feel say if you want to play something, there are rules that should govern the thing.
Exactly.
I think the Ghana League has gotten to a point where we have to make rules that would state that if the league is ongoing, there should be no way a court injunction or any kind of law can stop the. Because you won't see this in England, Spain, Italy, Germany. It doesn't happen in any of the leagues. It be only the Ghana League where every time the league they go on, you go hear say court injunction, then for go break. court of arbitration say they for look some matter inside, some matter happened last season, it they distracted this season. I think you would agree with me on that.
Yeah. Because I think if it continues, like every year, it's like almost every year we
Of
see
course.
this kind of stuff.
Because I did it last year, there were no repercussions. You can also do it this season. Why not?
Yeah. So I think they have to put some structures in place, as you said, so that if these things comes, they can easily be resolved and then the league goes on.
I think the league is still evolving, and we haven't gotten there yet. But I mean, hopefully we should.
We've not gotten there yet.
I'm wondering when he said
we
that.
haven't gotten there
playing
yet.
a professional league.
Yes, but you
So-
see, like you are comparing it to other leagues abroad, and you don't hear that the league has started and then a court injunction just puts everything on hold.
Okay.
But I'm saying that our league is evolving, and even the love for the league itself is a whole new ball game. Sponsorship for the league also is another whole game. That
Okay.
we're getting better. That's why I said it's evolving. So I think we need to give ourselves some, time. And I'm sure fast forward, we will not have some of these, challenges of, stopping the leagues and putting things on hold, and because it affects the careers of the boys. I mean, this is what they do for a living, So when you put it on hold, how are they going to eat, and train and prepare for the bigger games that are coming, So I can understand the unfortunate effect of such a decision.
That is I share your opinion. That's very much understandable. But then, moving forward, this is my problem. Why should this keep happening? I think we haven't learned anything at all from our past. Because every single season, this is a reoccurring issue. The league starts, we go to court, there's an injunction, if not for a week or two. Sometimes there's a whole month when there's an injunction and the league can't flow. You understand? Your opponents don't know about your league injunction in your country. They are training.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this is a way, and this is what has caused the Ghana League investors. I think we've played 2 or 3 seasons without investors. Mr. Easy and Empower just came on board.
And then
So if you are an investor and you were told not to go on board, and you are like, okay, let me just test this waters, and you throw this money into the Ghana League, 2-3 matches into the league, there's an injunction. If you are an upcoming investor and you want to invest, would you do it?
It's tricky. I mean, first of all, it will put you off because you are going to ask yourself, is it worth it? And then, but like I said, is it worth investing in the Ghana Premier League? Yes, it is, because people love the game. It's just that we haven't reached the level or height that we all wish we were there. Like you were comparing our league to other leagues abroad. But I think gradually we should get there so that some of these reoccurring issues that come up every year, I mean, we should make sure that we get past it. What are the things that needs to be done so that we don't have the same issues happening over and over again? Because they disturb the league, they disturb the flow, they disturb sponsors. Because at the end of the day, we're trying to whip soccer lovers, sponsors, and everybody into the Ghana Premier League.
Definitely.
So whatever or anything that occurs that has a way of sort of, affecting or decreasing the love, the sponsorship, and everything, we must try to cut it so that they don't occur again.
Understandable. Mr. Jerry, do you think we have backtracked as football people in Ghana?
Yeah, I think so, because back in I think Nyanteji's time,
Okay.
in his administration, I think they sent some of the guys to go to UK and study how they do their league, the structure in the Premiership.
Yeah.
So I don't know what they learned, and up to now we still have this.
Because somewhere 2005, 2006, House of Folk was ranked, I think, the 6th best team in the world. The 6th best team in the world.
You believe that ranking in the world?
In the world.
It
wasn't Africa?
It was a CNN ranking. It was in the world. It was a CNN ranking.
But it had it there in the world.
It was a CNN ranking that they normally do a weekly ranking of best teams.
Yes.
And I think during that time, House of Folk was doing very well. Okay, House of Folk was doing very well. So I think they were ranked. I think,
But you know, my argument is based on the fact that there are some teams that were there then and are still there.
Yeah, but it's because they are doing things right. So what we have to do is we have to go back and what are they doing right, and we are not doing the same. Okay?
Because everything that is happening is not just affecting the Ghana Premier League; it's also affecting our football.
Sure.
It's also, I mean, look at our junior levels of soccer and the senior level.
Nothing good to write home about.
Nothing good, yeah. Because if we are to pick an under 17, under 20, under 23, I think the under 23s are preparing for African qualifiers and stuff. But the players are not active; they are not playing any competitive football. So we go out there, and then we get we come back. You know, if you study the trend for the past, I think 6 to 5 years, our junior teams have not been performing.
Yeah.
I don't know if you study that.
It's
yeah,
true.
our junior teams are not performing.
The last time they did well was when they won the World Cup.
2009.
2009.
2009.
Yeah. That was the last time they did well.
That was the last time they qualified for. After that, I think they qualified for the.
A couple of times. Sometimes
but I don't think they did
well.
well.
There wasn't any impact.
The stages.
Yeah, you know, there wasn't any impact. And then you see, we keep on. Instead of going for it, we are going backwards. Ghana football is good, and it's because of all these things. Because if the players are not playing active football.
Well, over to you, Mr. LOC and Mr. GFA, man. We hope going forward you put things in order so we won't have to start the league and always backtrack like this. Because these are people who feed on these games. There are people who feed.
Exactly.
I mean, the betpreneurs, the entrepreneurs, the players themselves.
Exactly.
Of course. So if the league not go on, how people go feed their families?
Yeah.
You
Exactly.
understand?
Yeah, and then you see the football administrators, the CEOs went on pre-season. They're putting in a lot.
Yes.
Thinking that
Player transfers.
Thinking that the league is about to kickstart, and then they start paying their players because something will come out of it, and then all of a sudden the league goes on a hold.
Mind you, whilst you have these injunctions, you still have to pay your players.
You still have
Exactly.
to pay them. Yes.
Exactly. I
Yes.
mean,
You have
there's
to
no
pay
excuse
them.
for that.
Yeah,
You still have to pay your players.
Yeah, exactly.
So
That's why I said I hope it doesn't take too long.
it makes sense.
I heard. I think the courts will be sitting. I think on the 14th of October. So
Definitely.
after that, then we'll see what next, yeah.
Definitely. So let's jump to other issues then. Coach Annor Walker confirms talks with Heart of Oak over vacant head coach position. Annor Walker, formerly of Great Olympics. House of Folk Day in talks.
Now
House of
I
Folk
think he has a team now, right?
He did dilly-dally around the place.
No, he has a team. I'm not sure of the team. He has Samatex.
He there in some kind of contract with Samatex.
Yeah, Samatex.
But then
But proud to this information, I heard there was is it a Dutch coach or a white coach?
Van de Beer, yeah.
Van de Beer
yeah.
in town.
Yeah, you
for the house
go
there.
watch a Hascott or Comat Safe. So
Yeah,
information they talk.
Yeah,
So-
from what I've also heard, I learned they are bringing him in as a technical director.
Technical
so
director.
They still need a coach.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they still need.
But Mr. Oklu, the former assistant head coach, assistant number 1 to Dr. Prosper Nate Ogun, the House of Folk appoint him assistant head coach first, number 1.
Okay.
I don't know which position be that. I don't know how this kind of structures they work with one of football clubs because technical directors, there's head coach, assistant head coach number 1, assistant coach number 2. I don't know how this kind of structures they work, but I feel say too much power be shared among football minds. It do they destroy the game. You have one head coach. Make most of the decisions they come from him. Fine, if you have assistant head coach, that's not bad. But then there's a technical director, there's a head coach, there's head coach number 1, then there's an assistant head coach. It doesn't work like that. I feel say too much orders and there will be some kind of power struggle among this system. That's why that's why every time the Ghanaian league they struggle with the changes of the coaches. I mean, it happens everywhere in the world.
But isn't it the way things are done with all these football clubs.
That's
They have their head coaches.
That's how
they have
are-
their assistant coaches.
Yes.
Yeah,
They have their technical directors. They have even the department for the goalkeeper.
Of course.
They have the physiotherapist.
Of course.
They have the psychologist.
Yeah.
It's grand. So there are sectors. They are.
It makes a lot of sense. But then I would bring you back to what you said earlier. You feel we are not there yet. If you forgot it, you did mention that.
Yeah.
You see, so me personally, I will stand on that phrase and say we are not there yet.
Okay.
You see, that is where we start having conflicts. Because we make the team look like we are there.
We are
yet.
there.
Then we bring in this man, and then there's power struggle.
The power struggle.
Because,
Because sometimes you
if-
get to
if-
a point. You get to a point, and assistant coach even wants he wants the job of the senior coach. You understand? So most of the time things are not done right because there will be a sabotage. You understand? There will be sabotage into them.
You understand? Because
so that the head coach
the
will
position
get
the
started,
position
then
of a
so-
technical director and the position of a head coach is not the same.
Of course.
You see? And what we do here, basically what we do here most often is we put these men in the position, in those different positions, and we want them to deliver the same job. It would never work.
No, I'm not cutting you, but I think what Hasselfolk is doing, I think they are going to lay out the rules. I don't know. I believe as of now they've spoken to the head coach. As of now, they know who is coming. It may be I and you, we may not know who is coming in. Okay.
Okay.
And the person might have agreed that I need this person. Because most of the times, before a coach comes in, he has to agree on who is to assist him.
Okay.
You understand? So I'm sure they know who is
I
coming
was
in. And
I
the
was
person
just
has
about I
agreed
was
on-
just about to come to that it's just like the game, the soccer, that no matter how many players and how good they are, how fantastic they are, they have to find a way to gel.
Sure.
So whether you are the head coach, assistant coach, technical director, whatever, you would have to find a way to gel.
That makes a lot of sense.
You have to find a way to gel, and this gelling comes about only when they work together and they begin to understand each other. And so the technical guy can make a suggestion to the head coach that I think we should do A instead of B. And if the head coach respects his judgment and understands him and everything, he might see the logic in that decision. So it's just about people working together and understanding each other's strengths, weaknesses, and then coming together, because once you bring your minds together, we are able to come up with something bigger.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't know how it works, whether they can pick a head coach and go and pick a technical director from somewhere and pick an assistant from somewhere, or they allow the head coach to decide that, look, I want this man to be my assistant, and I know in Ghana you can bring your interpreter from and he gets different package. But yeah, that's just by the way. So at the end of the day, we have to learn how to gel.
Yeah.
Because when the success comes, they don't say it is the technical.
No, it cuts across.
It cuts across.
It makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we are happy Hasselfolk has decided to take the step in the right direction. We just pray this all works out for them, because this be what we dey like see. You understand? Our clubs taking it to that kind of level. You know, we say every time we could be small-minded, say our budgets don't help. No, if these people have to be in the position to make the club great again, then I think it's kudos to them.
And I think let me chip in. The reason why Hasselfolk wants to bring in Annor Walker is because, you know, Annor Walker is the head coach for the Black Galaxies.
Okay.
And you know, if you look at the Black Galaxies, Hasselfolk has about 5 players
In there.
So they feel that, okay,
The connection did already.
If this coach is able to handle the Black Galaxies very well, and we
You bring them
our
successful.
players, players contribute majority of that, the core of the team. Then let's bring him.
There's
in,
already
see,
that telepathy
you
there.
understand?
Yeah.
Yes. I think that's why they want to bring him.
Wow.
But things don't.
If he's the one coming, we wish him well. Yeah, we are here to see how it go then. Hasselfolk appoint Man City trained Richard Opon as new goalkeepers trainer.
Man City trained Richard Opon.
Yeah.
Man City trained.
Man City trained.
Okay, so
He have things to do with the Right to Dream Academy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That number-
So it sounds like
in profile to get Tema Youth for there in CV top. He worked for Red Bulls too for Ghana here.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so the way I get it is he's had some training with Manchester
City.
Manchester City, yeah.
Yes.
and yeah, it's good because definitely those folks have some higher ways of doing things.
Yeah,
I mean,
sure,
if you look at the club itself, they're doing fantastic. So if he's had some training with them in a specific discipline, it's very clear that he will bring something big to the board.
Yeah, sure.
So let's just wait and see how.
The CV is very rich because as you say, it gets things too for Red Bull Salzburg, for Austria. You do some courses too for there too.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I know our people like CV or like paper, but
But in
for
football, I don't
me,
think. Yeah.
I think it's just let's see what
Let's
will
see what
happen
he
on
can
the
do.
ground.
The
Let's see
CV,
what
the
he's
CV
gonna
no
do.
be the man.
No.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, the CV, we like he was this, is that, this, is that, but at the end of the day,
He worked for the United
the
States.
ordinary fan
Yeah.
in Kumasi who is supporting the team or the
You know they
ordinary
care
fan
about the
in
CV.
Choko,
Dade Kotopon.
who is supporting his team.
Come and deliver.
He's not looking out for the guy gets CV say do Manchester City training. No, Ebanyane will go where? Can it happen?
Yes.
That's all they're
It
looking
makes
for.
a lot of sense.
Yeah.
That's what the Ghanaian mentality is about. Okay, he worked in the United States of America. He baths in London. He goes to the washroom in Germany.
And then right now, I think the goalkeeping department for Hasselfolk, I don't think is the best. Okay, so as they are bringing in this guy, let's see if he can bring some improvement to the department.
Exactly.
Because the
You see,
consistency no day there.
Yeah,
Almost
there
every
be
week
some
they bring
errors.
almost
There be
every week
errors,
they switch
I mean, there's
keepers.
a challenge.
errors
They have a
Yeah,
challenge there.
switch
Let's see.
keepers.
Maybe he coming on board, he can bring some stability in the goalkeeping department.
It makes a lot of sense. Well, folks, like I told you, today I have with me people who live and breathe sports. It's getting hotter and it would only get better. Stay with me, don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
For Manchester City. One man's missile ball coming up with that kind of finish. Easy. BA 3-point history.
Smiling.
Well, I'm happy you stayed with me. Like I told you, don't go anywhere. It's going to be packed with action. Welcome back once again. It's still Studios 2 View Sports Extra. Where you people they go? Make you no go anywhere. Things they come get heated up, cra. Mr. Kolethe Obuade,
Yeah.
Mr. Jerry.
Yeah.
I really they appreciate you people making my acquaintance today.
Yeah.
So I they get more calls say you people they make the thing lively and more spiced up. Where have you guys been all this while? So make we go to my next news then.
Yeah.
Ex-Ghanaian player Yao Prekun likens forward Inaki Williams to legendary Asamoah Gyan, Mr. Kolethe Obuade. What be your take on this?
Naki Williams like Asamoah Gyan.
Atleticos Bilbao's Inaki Williams.
I think it's too early to make such strong, profound statements. Maybe, yeah, it's positive, but let's give the guy Williams some time. Let him prove himself. We know he's doing well abroad, but he's now coming into the Ghanaian team, and he's placing the Black Stars. Yes, he's picking up, but we haven't yet seen him fully blown. So maybe it's time we give him some time to gel, to play a couple of games before we'll be able to say that is it Yao Prekun who's saying this?
Yeah, Yao Prekun.
So that we would say, okay, what Yao Prekun has said is like has come true, because right now we really need a striker, and we all miss the Yehe days of Asamoah Gyan. If Asamoah Gyan is in the 18 and you cross the ball and he gets it, he will deliver. I'm sure Ghanaians all around know that is something we all need, a top striker. And Williams is good, but we haven't yet seen much of him yet for Prekun to say that he's But maybe he's right. Maybe he sees something I don't see.
I personally think he's only likening his style of play.
Yeah. Like
He's likening the style of play in presence.
Yeah.
Okay.
That be too in defense.
But how many goals has he scored for the Black Stars?
Zit.
Asamoah Gyan has scored goals
Doesn't.
in the Mundial, in the Great Mundial, and fantastic goals. So that's why I'm saying it is too early for him to say all these things. The guy has not played in the World Cup before, right?
That's Ghana for you.
Yes, so let's just
every
wait.
Newcomer is Christ.
Yes, until and he should be careful all these things, because I've seen it before. Ghanaians, a new player comes and everybody's saying this, everybody's saying that, and then tomorrow they bury him alive. So it's too early, but I pray that he becomes fantastic and even better than Asamoah Gyan, you know, at the strike.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's what we're all looking for. We're looking for a fantastic striker, and we believe that he has something to offer.
Jerry, what's your take on this comment?
Yeah, I agree with Yaprekon. Is it Yaprekon, right?
Yeah, Yaprekon.
Yeah, I think I agree with Yaprekon because looking at his style of play, okay, and I think Yaprekon has followed him from Atletico Bilbao.
Yeah.
He's a fantastic player. Okay, you can't take that away from him. His on and off the ball moves are fantastic. Okay.
A very consistent
player.
player.
One thing about our football and getting into our national team is sometimes you get into our national team and then a player makes a move. I think Asamoah Gyan made that comment after our friendly with I think Nicaragua also, that a striker makes a move and nobody.
He tweeted.
Yeah, he tweeted.
Yeah.
A striker makes a move and
Nobody passed the ball.
You understand? But I think after the friendly match, I watched him. I think Atletico Bilbao and then Almeres, which his brother gave him a pass, and then you could see that the guy was there at the right time.
And he reciprocated too. The brother gave him an assist, and he gave his brother an assist.
He gave him also assist. You understand? So it's all about how he gets fit into this Black Star. Okay, he can do better, because if you look at his movement, you know the reason why we like Asamoah Gyan, aside from his goals,
he makes things happen.
Yes, he makes things happen. And then his positioning as a striker for pass.
He's at the right place at the right time.
That is the thing.
Yeah,
you
he's
see,
at the right
place. It will call.
Yes, because a striker can be in a match and then you will not see him. You'll be behind defenders. You cannot be spotted for passes. You understand? So I think what he's saying is on point.
It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I personally agree with him too. We should have players who want to play the game for the nation, not for themselves. I think a couple of times we've had players who have taken the national team for granted. We've had players who have come to the national team with the sole agenda of wanting to sell themselves to the world. If you know how to play football, let your football do the talking.
You see, Grandmaster, I mean, I would disagree with you on this.
Okay.
You know, some of our players, their attitude is as a result of the whole administrative psychology and approach towards the build-up. Because when you come to the team and you see that they don't really care about other variables concerning the game, but all they want to do is to make sure that you score and you play well. And then after that, when you lose form, nobody knows where you are. And that's it. You need to do a show on how we exit players, how we spoil players.
Yeah.
A career.
You see, that makes
because most of the time players come, they are doing well, and because of one or two challenges, we drop them, we get a new player, and then that player is just gone.
The problem we have is, you see, you cannot assess a player with 2 or 3 matches.
Exactly.
You can assess.
But then,
a player comes
do you know the problem we face now? We don't have that luxury. Time is not on our side.
But you're not going to win championships like this.
No, if you are talking about time is not on our side, what are we looking at? Are we looking at beyond the World Cup? What is this?
I think this question should be directed to the national team coach. Oh, honestly, because you would ask him, are you building for the future? Are you building for the World Cup? Or you just want results?
You see, as at now, he cannot say necessarily for the future, because I'm sure they will tell him
the
target is the World Cup. Yes, and go and do well.
If the target is the World Cup, then me personally, I'm not satisfied. With what I have seen so far, I am not satisfied.
Yes. It's because right now you see, we don't have a full-time coach. We have a part-time coach.
You understand now?
We have a part-time coach, so you will not be satisfied because he is not looking at the future. He's not a coach who is on a 4-year contract.
Of course. But how can he look at the future? Because what he's been told to do, he's been told to do is exactly what he's going to do.
Yeah, he's
been told to take us to the World Cup and then deliver or go and do well. So that's what he's going to focus on.
Okay, so let me throw this question. Let me throw this question to both of you now. Do you think the players at camp now, the list we had for the Brazil-Nicaragua friendly match, are the players that can lead us to the World Cup? Personally, Mr. Wadi.
Exactly. We're going to do wonder at the World Cup. We're going to destroy Portugal, destroy Uruguay, and finish South Korea.
I like your belief.
Look, we are gelling. Okay. Though the team is still in a transition, we're still, the gelling is coming. I mean, we haven't released all our top players yet too. Don't forget.
We have more Arsenal.
Which other top players are you talking about?
We have top players who are still not yet in the game.
Okay. Which other top players?
Partey didn't play any of those games.
Okay, aside from.
And you saw the goal he scored recently. Was it a few days ago?
Yeah,
Arsenal versus
that was in Arsenal.
Tottenham.
Yeah,
I mean, you saw that goal.
Yes.
You'll be seeing more of those goals at the Mundial.
Okay, let's hope for it.
So look, we are going to shock the world again at the World Cup. I'm telling you.
Yeah, you are speaking as a Ghanaian, right?
As a passionate believer of the Ghana Black Stars.
As a believer of the Ghana Black Stars.
Okay.
And I trust the coach. Look, for the first time, we have a coach who reads the game. Look, Ghana Black Stars has had many coaches who sit down like this and watch the game until it's like 5 minutes to closing before they will come. They will stand and then they will pick some player. What do you want that player to go and do at that time? But we have a coach who does not sit down, who is standing by the touchline, who is reading the game, you saw what happened between Ghana versus Brazil. Immediately we came in, he removed all those guys who were not pulling it off. And he brought the Williams, the Salifu.
Okay.
And you saw the changes. Brazil couldn't score again.
Definitely.
Brazil decided not to score again.
No, Brazil couldn't score again.
They decided not to score.
Brazil couldn't score again.
It's understandable. Let me ask him his opinion on that.
They decided not to score again.
Brazil could not score again.
Listen, do you think the current group of players we have are the ones to lead us to the promised land?
That's what we have, so we can't do anything about it. Okay, that's what we have.
Are you sure that is what we have?
Yeah, that's what we have. I think that we have to bring.
Let me be very frank with you. For every single position we have a player at the Black Star now. If I find time, I can mention a player for you that would fit perfectly well.
You've asked me, so let me finish my point. Let me finish my point. Okay, I will take out maybe 1 or 2 players and then bring in maybe 2-3 players. Okay. Looking at our midfield, our DMs, defensive midfielders.
Yeah.
Okay. Looking at Baba Idris. Baba Idris is not doing the work
that is supposed to do.
Yeah, that is supposed to do.
Okay.
So from there,
the defensive midfield in the absence of Partey, Baba
Idris. But
who is partnering with Baba Idris? That's the question.
You see,
the bigger question here is who is partnering with him? Who would you partner with Baba Idris at the midfield in the absence of Partey?
That is the thing.
Is it not Kudos? Is Kudos not a midfielder?
No, Kudos is
but Kudos won't help you defend.
It's attacking midfielder.
Kudos won't stand to help you defend. He might throw in a few tackles here and there.
Yeah, you see.
But he's always wanting to score.
Grandmaster.
Always wanting to take players on.
Grandmaster, we have players.
Okay.
There is a player in Lens. I think Lens. Salis Abdul something.
In Germany?
You know, he's in France. Who is playing
week in, week out.
He's playing. Okay. And then the last time I think there was a miscommunication between him and the coach. They tried to invite him, and then he
had an injury or something, and he told them he would have.
And then this guy said he's ready to play. You understand? So what are we waiting for? If he said he's ready to play, we just come to invite him.
You see, I think it's time we invite patriotic players.
At the World Cup, you have to present the best players.
But you see, it's also a different thing when we need you and you say you have an injury. And then when we are there at the Mundial, you say you are ready to play.
Oh, no.
A lot of people will not like that.
You see, you may have an injury. You may have.
It could be legitimate.
It's the same way. It's the same way. We need you during the friendly matches for you to play the game so the team will gel. Then you tell us you have an injury. Then on Saturday you are scoring a beautiful goal against Tottenham.
As for that one, I disagree with you. I disagree with you completely. Our top player, we are not joking with him.
Yeah. Because
we know he's prone to injury.
That is the problem we have in our Black Stars. Preference and special treatment.
No.
That is why we are here today.
No.
Preference and special treatment. Okay, so this guy plays at Arsenal. If he goes wrong, we can't tell him. This one plays at Atletico Bilbao. We shouldn't be on his neck if he does a mistake. He would be angry. He would come back to play for us. We need to stop that.
Grandmaster,
it's killing our game.
Grandmaster, you know that when it talks about Partey in injury,
okay,
it's like something like he's common.
It's understandable. Of course. He's picked a couple of injuries in the last year.
So you have to manage.
Even Arsenal are having difficulties regarding injuries that he's had.
You have to manage such players. You understand? So that you will get him at the World Cup.
And when it matters most.
Yes, you see.
When it matters most. Ghanaians must know that, yes, indeed, Ghana versus Brazil, it was a good game. But do you need Partey in that game?
No, I'm coming.
You don't. Try some other players so that you know who you can use when Partey is not there.
You see, Ghana versus Brazil was a good platform to really try your players.
It was perfect game.
Look at what he did. He brought in the players that qualified for the World Cup. And on my opinion, I was thinking that he would say, okay, since Ghanaians were against him bringing new players, then let me fit in the old players that you have and then see their performance. And that was the result they gave us in the first half. In the second half, he brought in players that he think they can help. Okay, and then they stabilized the game a little bit. Though Brazil didn't want to score us, they managed the game.
I disagree when you say Brazil didn't want to score us. They couldn't score.
They couldn't score.
I told you he's a passionate believer.
They couldn't score. Look, let's be frank.
They couldn't score.
In the second half, they had chances, but they couldn't score. And in the first half, we all saw how the midfield, our midfield, was completely outrun. We all saw the game.
Yeah.
But we saw the second half.
Yes.
And we knew that we were in the game.
Okay.
Brazil couldn't just.
So right now you put that, Brazil scored us in the first half, but in the second half they couldn't score us.
They couldn't score because of the changes our coach made.
Yes.
So that should tell us that.
According to the coach, he said he made a mistake.
Yes, and he was bold and confident enough to admit that I made a mistake.
So in the nearest future, we are going to see a better game from the Ghanaian Black Stars.
Look, we have Ghana versus
our players are all
Switzerland.
over the place.
Yeah,
we have Ghana versus Switzerland, I think, on November 17th, if I'm too sure.
Yeah.
And even that match, I don't even consider it as any match.
Okay.
Because when you play that match, just a couple of days, the Mundial starts.
Yeah.
So I just use the Nicaragua and the Brazil match.
Okay.
I believe the coach must know that that's all he has.
Yeah, that's all he has. Yeah.
So he should this time, before our first game against Portugal, he should just give us the best selection. Our problem is the selection. Once you got a good selection, good strategy, who is playing here, who is playing where, we are in. 2-0 against Portugal.
But you know one thing about the coach right now. I've studied his matches for some time. Okay. I don't know the pattern he's playing. I don't know his style.
We always feel like we are all over the place.
Yeah. Yes, it's like we are all over the place. The ball goes here, we run over the ball. You see, right now, what is his plan? Okay, he played a very good game plan against Nigeria. That is where Ghanaians loved his style of coaching. But it's like right now he's changing the thing. You go to 4-4-2 and then go back and play three back.
That's the typical Ghanaian. That's the typical Ghanaian attitude.
You have your first 11. Okay, because you have only one match to the
Jerry, I think you are being too unfair for
Otuado.
I told you guys, he's a passionate believer in the Ghana Black Stars.
You are being too unfair. When did we give Otuado the job? When did we give him the job?
He's played seven or so matches.
Of course.
He's played 7 or so matches, so you can't tell me how much time does he need again.
You play 7 matches and you are taking a team to the World Cup.
Yes.
The biggest game.
Yes.
Oh, come on. Let's. I'm not saying we should still give him time
right now.
but I think
right now,
when the Mundial starts,
yes,
and we sit here,
yeah,
we could be able to say that our coach does not have a game plan. But for now, we cannot say our coach does not have a plan.
No,
we are in a transitional period of the game or the team, the boys. They are gelling. New players have come, and you and I know some of them just came. Mm-hmm. Some of them have just come to join the team. It's for the first time that they are playing with the Black Stars.
Okay.
I mean, it will take a couple of games for them to gel, for them to know that okay, when this guy pass here, he they go. I will pass on the ball. Come on, let's give them enough time.
Whilst you are taking time off, others are preparing. So you should take note of that too.
Yeah.
But you see,
look at the lineup of Brazil. Straight ahead, they should tell you that these players that Brazil filled
and Brazil shocked the world.
Is 90%.
There are some players people even thought he would make the first 11 that never got the chance.
Yes.
Someone like Gabriel Jesus.
Yes, and he's
fantastic player for fantastic player for
He's playing well, but he wasn't even.
Gabriel Martinelli. They all didn't get a nod.
Before before the Switzerland game.
Yeah.
We had
submitted. No, before the Nicaragua game.
No, I'm before the Switzerland game. I'm talking about before the World Cup. That's our last friendly. Before our last friendly, we had already submitted our final list for the tournament. So that match is not matter.
It's more or less like a useless match.
Yeah, you understand. So right now you should have your first 11.
You understand? It's not a basis upon which people would get their call up.
If we have, you see, unlike first, if you're going to the World Cup, you have about 1 month to prepare.
He made mention last week that the squad that played against Nicaragua he would have the World Cup team from that. I think 70% of the players who featured in that.
And it makes sense. It makes sense. It makes sense.
Let's see.
There will only be few additions here and there.
Sense.
So I
mean, look at the game with Nicaragua. We put them where they belong. You know, it's just that there were goals that we couldn't take. But if you read that game,
Nicaragua,
we were supposed to have scored about 3 or 4 goals.
Nicaragua is not a good test for you. It's not
at all.
Yes,
there are teams they are always being lashed 5-0, 6-0, 4-0, 5-0.
And then
so I was.
You could see our problem in that game.
Yes.
Goal scoring.
Yes.
Goal scoring.
So
that is what we have to.
That's why I'm saying that when you watch that game, you could see that the chances were created, but we were not able to take them. The goals.
Most definitely. Putting
it in the net, put the ball in the net.
A lot of selfish plays too.
From now to the time the Mundial starts, we should be rest assured that our coach, fantastic coach, he's going to make sure that the strikers, the people who are going to put the ball in the net, will be well positioned. And you will see, I'm saying Ghana versus Portugal, 2-0.
Okay.
We will come here.
Wherever you are now, the betpreneurs, you have to take note.
2-0.
Mr. Kolothe Obuade is predicting 2-0. So this is not a matter of Ghana win. This is correct scores to boost your odds.
Yeah.
Remember to bet responsibly, 18 years and above. I hear say boys really they bleed well of late. So you guys for make steady. Okay, so to my next topic then. Performance of Ghanaian players abroad. Performance of Ghanaian players abroad.
I mean,
this week.
Me or Jerry?
Yourself.
The boys, Ghanaian players are doing well. But, you know, I mean, we saw kudos in recent times. It's been fantastic. We saw the other Ghanaian players also doing very well. Is it Kwesi Appiah? One of them also scored, apart from kudos.
I think this guy scored. What do you remember?
Kofi back in Germany.
Yeah. But you see, the thing about these guys playing in Europe is the European teams always have a way to utilize players, and they make sure balls are passed, you are fed with the right moves. But when they come and play in Ghana, is it the same strategy we are applying where they can come into the spotlight and deliver the goal? That is the challenge.
You see, some are even played out of positions when they come to Black Stars.
I mean, look at Jordan.
We haven't talked much about that, I think.
Yeah.
Look at
some
Jordan
players
Ayew.
are being played out of position.
Exactly. Maybe in his European club, the position he's playing makes him deliver.
Take someone like Kudus, for instance. False 9 for Ajax. He comes to Ghana, then he's all over the place.
Oh, but that is his natural position.
Yeah.
10. No, 10.
Okay.
Yeah, he that's his natural.
But you see, most
in
often his game conflicts Dede Ayew's game.
No,
If you watch the two of them in action, you watch.
The problem we have is, why do you have a player who is on form right now, and you don't start him or not give him?
Because I feel like he has to share the position with Dede Ayew.
No, you have to build a team around your best players. Right now in the Black Star, who is our best player? That's the question we have to ask ourselves. Who is our best player? It's Kudus.
You think it's Kudus?
Yeah, it's Kudus. Yes. Not that I think. It's Kudus.
You know.
It's Kudus. So build your team.
You think it's Kudus?
A coach, you should, a captain, give him 30 minutes. You understand? You see, and it's looking like the Black Star, they are trying to create a position for Dede.
Yeah.
It's like all the time they are trying to create a position for him. The last time he was playing in the midfield, you see, get the players that can play now and then fix them there. Trying to create. That's why we have problems. You understand? So I think you have to give Kudus the role of the number 10.
So in a nutshell, what you're trying to tell us is Dede Ayew should get the bench.
Yeah, he has to bench.
I disagree. I disagree with that. I think you made an earlier point that he should play with Dede. I think they should both be in the game. Because
you see, their games are likened to each other.
Yeah,
they play almost the same position.
You see, all our midfielders are 10, 8. You see, all our midfielders.
But we have a lot of 10 and 8.
Yes, we have a lot of 10 and 8 in our midfield. You understand?
And that's the problem we are facing because
if
it's the same style.
The same style.
Most often it's just the age difference.
Yeah.
You understand? So if you have a Dede, vast experience in the game, you have a Kudus, youthful exuberance, who would you play?
It would depend. It would depend because
on the match, right, or the opponent.
It would depend on the match, the opponent, and what the coach has in mind.
Okay.
Because Dede has experience. You know, some of these games, especially when it comes to the World Cup, it's not enough to be. I remember when we went to the Brazil World Cup. Was it Brazil? Yeah, Brazil World Cup. We had a friendly match in the US where Jordan Ayew scored a hat-trick.
Against Korea.
Against Asia opponents, yeah.
Against Korea. He scored a hat-trick. And when we went to start the World Cup against the United States, Jordan Ayew, Christian Achu, they were all in the first 11. Whilst Kevin Prince, Suleiman Tari, Ajima Bedu, Steve Napier, Michael Essien were on the bench.
That's when you have a bad coach who cannot take decisions.
I mean,
so that is
that
is why I made mention earlier that we've over the years been fortunate. Let me choose my words carefully. We've been fortunate to have football minds and leaders in our teams. I think that's what we lack now in our Black Star. We don't have enough. Let me be very careful with my words once again. We don't have enough football minds. You understand? We have people who always want to look to the bench and look at what the coach is saying. Unlike when we have the Stephen Appiah and say, "Yo, go boys, stand here. Don't come back no more. Don't cross the line. Be here." We have a Suleiman Tari. Hey, we are Mebawasum. You see that kind of attitude. We don't have that anymore in our Black Stars. We have young babies looking at the bench to see if they will see gestures from the coach.
That is why I said it is dangerous to leave a Dede Ayew. Because they have the experience. He's played, this is like his third World Cup, isn't it?
Yeah, I think
yes.
So too. Yeah.
Third World Cup. Are you comparing somebody who's played the Mundial 3 times to a first-timer? That is the mistake our coach did, the Kwesi Appiah coach. No, he was trying first-time players. You can disagree with me, you have a right.
You see, as a coach, you have to put the confidence in. You see, you have to have a coach on the bench and a coach on the field.
Okay.
That is why we have captains. What are the roles of the captains? Okay, you have to be a leader on the field. So your captain, you have to instruct him that on the field you are in charge. Okay, so try and talk to your players. You see, in 2010, okay, in 2010 we had Stephen Appiah, we had Kuja Samoa. Kuja Samoa was on form in 2010. We started Kuja Samoa and then benched Stephen Appiah, who was the captain of the team. You understand? So
and we were able to go forward.
You were right.
Okay.
Okay. You can't compare Stephen Appiah to Kuja Samoa. So he has vast experience. Champions League. He's played in the Serie A. But
at that particular time, the form.
The form. That is why I'm saying we have to start Gudus, give him the role to play, and then we bench. You can bring him in the second half to come in. When you score like 2 goals, you are leading, then you can bring him in. You understand? But if you are starting the game, start with your best players. You don't go.
It's understandable.
I think I'm getting the point you're making.
We have to focus on nurturing our young talents, because I personally think this is the last tournament. Let me be very careful with my words once again. I think this is the last tournament we are going to have to see Didi Ayew.
And Jordan Ayew specifically.
So we have to cherish this moment.
Yeah.
The guy is making, regardless of what we think or our opinions about the guy, he's making history. He's a dedicated servant.
We all know that.
Yeah, we all know that.
And do you know why Ghanaians love him? Because when we watch him play, we can see that he's playing from his heart.
Of course.
He does it from his heart.
If we have 2 Didi Ayews in a Black Star, I think we can even play Champions League with our national team.
Okay,
then.
Yeah, it's good, but he has done his part.
I think. I know. So let's jump to the next. I think that this is the next and final issue we have on board. Liverpool identify Kamaldeen Suleiman as new replacement for Sadio Mane. Kamaldeen Suleiman.
Kamaldeen is a fantastic player.
Kamaldeen Suleiman from Rennes.
He's a fantastic player. He's in the Black Star squad.
Of course.
He's going to the World Cup.
He would make the list. No, I can bet anybody watching me now.
It's part of the
I can bet anybody watching me now that Kamaldeen. I can tell them with authority that Kamaldeen Suleiman is already waiting in Qatar.
Yeah. And
are you part of the technical team?
He's an unbenchable player.
You can't bench him.
I can give you 5 players who are waiting for Ghana in Qatar.
Oh, okay.
You want to hear them? If you want, or you want me to WhatsApp you?
No, I want to hear them.
You want to hear them?
Yes.
Fatah Ishawaku.
Okay.
He's waiting from Sporting Lisbon.
Okay.
Dennis Odoi, Club Brugge.
Okay.
Kamaldeen Suleiman.
Good. I'm happy you've mentioned him.
Felix Afenejan.
Good.
Cremonese.
I think we should give Afenejan a time. Yeah.
I don't think he needs to go. He needs to be in the squad. He's too young. He's
not
yet experienced.
Yeah.
Alexander Jiku, Strasbourg.
Jiku.
He's also waiting in Qatar.
Yeah. You can look at the squad.
These 5 players I've mentioned are waiting for the national team in Qatar.
And predict, right?
Yeah, wait.
I have one surprising player who is waiting in Qatar too.
Yeah.
Abdul Baba Rahman.
Oh, of course.
Who?
Baba Rahman.
Which of the Baba Rahmans?
Reading FC's Baba Rahman.
Baba Rahman, I think.
He's divided opinions all over the social media space.
I think we've given Baba Rahman enough time in the Black Star, and then I think we need a better replacement for him.
So Baba Rahman is currently our only experienced left back.
Oh no! I disagree with you.
Only experienced left back when it comes to tournament wise.
If you talk about experience.
So
who and then form guide.
I'm coming. Mr. I'm coming. Who would you replace Baba Rahman to go play for Ghana at the World Cup?
Gideon Mensah. Gideon Mensah has been good.
Fantastic guy.
He's a fantastic player. You see, look at his
Mr. Kolethe did mention about experience. I hope you heard that.
Experience is there. You see, experience is there. But you see, when somebody is
at the World Cup stage, there's no room for errors.
I'm coming. Yeah, all the time we talk about. You see, Ghanaians we like to talk about. Oh, this guy has experience. You see, when you meet a young player like Vinicius, okay, who has pace, you go and tell me experience. He pushes the ball. He's moving with pace. Experience. What are you going to do? Is either you are going to hold him, bring him down. You being the last man, you take a red card.
Yeah.
You need an equally good player who can run. Then you'll be there talking about the experience. You understand? Look at what he did in Chelsea's game this Saturday. Jonathan, you took the ball. Look at what this guy did. How do you call it?
The captain of Chelsea.
No, not the captain. Thiago Silva.
Okay.
He lost the ball, and the only thing he has to do is just
you have to
hold the ball. And it was a bookable offense. One, since the referee has whistled for a foul, he being the last man should have taken a red card.
It's a professional foul.
What a professional that foul?
He's an experienced player.
That's what I'm talking about. Experience.
Yes,
it's experience.
Experience.
But
That is where we need
the
Baba
other-
Rahman.
on
On a
you
good
take a
day,
red card.
on a good day, an inexperienced player would have let the player go.
No, an inexperienced player.
You understand?
You see,
Gideon, I'm not supporting Baba, but Gideon Mensah would have let that player go because he has no advanced knowledge on what to do.
and
If
what
the player,
about what about is 1-on-1? The player can just hit the ball somewhere and then. But what Thiago Silva did,
he did it and it worked.
what he did, he should have taken a red card.
He did it and it worked.
Across the team. You understand?
But it worked.
Because he doesn't have the pace now.
But it worked.
But we are all talking about how he's playing with.
So that is what experience matters. It worked.
Well, experience matters.
Look,
What he
Ghana,
did
Ghana
worked.
against Brazil.
Okay.
Ghana against Brazil. We played Odoi. Okay. Look at what Vinicius did to Odoi. If it had been Tariq Lamptey, who also has pace, would have closed down.
But
like
did
that.
you watch Club Brugge against Atletico Madrid yesterday?
Yesterday.
Fantastic performance from
Yes,
Odoi.
you see, when you come to your team,
Fantastic performance.
Good. When you
So
come
that
to
should
your
tell
team-
you there is a problem
See.
with the supporting characters
That is
in
the-
the
that's
national team.
that is the-
Exactly.
It's getting
see,
better and
what I'm
hotter.
saying. That's what I'm
It's a-
saying.
it's a
A
national-
player can do well in Europe.
Okay.
But when he comes into the Black Stars, will he deliver the same pace and the same fantastic goals they're scoring in Europe?
That one.
Because the
that one,
structures here are different.
are different. And then the players that are supporting him are different players. You understand?
Well,
So in the Black Stars, Charlie, you don't have. There's no time for errors.
It's really sad we don't have time on our side. I'm feeling indulged. You understand? I wish this can continue till tomorrow. This very discussion can continue,
me too.
but this is all time would permit us. You understand? I am saddened by me having to end this program now. I don't know if I can have access to bring you guys back to the studio once again.
I will try.
Yeah,
We'll try.
I really do appreciate you guys coming on. So what?
Thank you. I've
I
also
really-
enjoyed
I really,
every
really
bit
do.
of it, and it's a great show, and you're a great host, and I know that we'll have more fantastic.
It's only going to get
issues.
better.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, folks, as you know, all that starts well definitely ends well. It's still Studio View, V.Ar Sports Extra. I am once again very, very, very happy to always be your host. Stay blessed. Don't go anywhere. Catch us again, same time next week. Bye-bye.
Studios 2 View. The truth is here in your eyes.